During the interview process, many employers ask candidates to complete an assessment test before advancing to the next stage. These tests are designed to measure skills that are essential for candidate success on the job. An example of such test is computer literacy test. In this video, I'll walk you through common Windows tasks employers often check for on this test, like check Windows for viruses, map network drive, managing storage, organizing files, installing apps, using safe mode, and issues troubleshooting. All of this and more right here on Online Training for Everyone. Most professionals eventually run into situations where the computer starts acting strangely. Pop-ups, lag, overheating. In moments like this, checking for viruses isn't just a fix. It's part of staying professionally prepared. This is why knowing how to scan for viruses and how to keep your system clean afterwards is one of the most valuable tech skills you can have today. Let's start by opening Windows Security. In the Start menu, type Windows Security, which will open up the app. This is your command center for keeping your PC safe. It comes built into Windows and doesn't require any downloads. Take a close look at the Windows Security at a Glance Center. 3 important settings are currently turned off. Virus and threat protection suggests setting up OneDrive so you can recover your files in case of ransomware attack. App and browser control is also off, meaning your system isn't actively blocking potential unwanted or harmful apps. And device integrity has memory integrity turned off, which could leave your system vulnerable to deeper, more advanced attacks. Turning these features on will improve your PC's overall security. Now let's go step by step, and I'll share with you key tips that security pros use to keep their system locked down. Here's tip number 1. Always keep Windows updated. Go to Settings, Windows Update, and turn on automatic updates to patch critical vulnerabilities. Type Windows Update in Start menu and click Check for Updates. You can see that Windows is currently downloading and installing important security update. Once installation is complete, you can always check for updates. Here's the security tip number 2. You need to confirm protection status. Inside Windows Security, click Virus and Threat Protection. Here you will see your protection status and scan options. Here's the security tip number 3. Make sure you keep real-time protection enabled. Under Virus and Threat Protection settings, click Manage Settings and double-check the status of real-time protection. Having the setting on stops threats before they spread. Here's security tip number 4. You need to schedule regular quick scans. Don't wait until problems show up. To do it, navigate to Windows Security and click Quick Scan. This targets areas where malware usually hides: system files, memory, startup programs. It's fast and should run weekly or anytime your system feels off. Here's security tip number 5. Avoid risky downloads. Malware often comes from free installers, cracked software, or sketchy links. Make sure you download apps from Windows Store or other reputable sources. Here's my security tip number 6. Full scans are great after installing new software, especially from lesser-known sources. To do a full scan, you need to click Scan Options and then choose Full Scan. This checks every file and folder. It's slower but more thorough. Here's the security tip number 7. You need to turn on Core Isolation and Memory Integrity. Navigate to Device Security, Core Isolation, and turn on Memory Integrity. This adds a layer of protection against deep malware attack. This change may require you to restart your device. Once turned on, Core Isolation and Memory Integrity makes it harder for malware to modify low-level system processes. And here's my security tip number 8. Only use one real-time antivirus at a time, but feel free to run a second opinion tool manually. Here's the deal. Even the best antivirus misses things. Tools like Malwarebytes are great second layer. Malwarebytes is free, fast, and designed to catch what others miss. Install, scan, and delete anything suspicious. Most professionals eventually face the challenge of accessing shared files quickly and securely, especially in hybrid offices or remote teams. This is where mapping a network drive becomes your secret productivity weapon. Let me show you how to do it and what pitfalls to avoid. Start by opening File Explorer. On the left-hand side, scroll until you find this PC. Right-click on this PC and then select Map Network Drive from the extended menu. In Step 2, you need to choose the drive letter and enter the folder path. For the drive letter, you can select any available letter. By default, it's letter Z. Next, you need to enter the full path to the shared folder you want to connect to. This is usually written in this format, server and then shared folder. In my example, the server name is Anya, and the folder structure is public and then documents. Before I click finish, let's cover two important boxes here. First, check reconnected sign-in. This makes the drive reconnect automatically when you log into your PC. But keep in mind, if your VPN isn't connected yet, this might fail. Secondly, if the shared folder uses different login credentials, check the box Connect using different credentials. This is very common in company environment, where drive shares don't use your specific Windows account. When you're done, click Finish. If prompted, enter the network username and password. You can check Remember My Credentials, just make sure you're on secure private machine. Once you're connected, your new drive will appear under this PC, just like your other local drives. You can now browse files, open reports, and save documents directly on your team's shared workspace. Here's the pro tip for you. You can pin it for faster access. Right-click on your new map drive and select Pin to Quick Access. Now it's always appear in your sidebar, just one click away. And here's another pro tip. If you want apps like Word or Excel to find files more easily, you can also include this drive in your documents library. Just right-click on the library, go to Properties, and click Include a folder to add your mapped drive. Obviously, we need to enable libraries first. To do it, you navigate to Options, then View, and then select Show Libraries. After that, you create new library, and then add your mapped drive as Drive Z. Here's the common pitfall. If you ever see the red X on the drive icon, don't panic. This usually means Windows tried to reconnect before your VPN or Wi-Fi was ready. Just click on the drive. It usually reconnects automatically once your network is up. And if you need to remove the drive, right-click on it under this PC and choose Disconnect. You can always remap it later. Dark mode isn't just about looks. It impacts your entire workspace. From reducing glare in low-light settings to optimizing performance across key apps like Windows, Word, Excel, Chrome, and Edge, enabling it can improve how you work, present, and focus. Here's how you can enable it. Navigate Start, Settings, Personalization, Colors, choose your mode, and select Dark. This changes the appearance of the taskbar, Start menu, File Explorer, and all system-level menus. In Microsoft Office apps like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook, enabling dark mode system-wide will switch the ribbon and interface elements to dark, but document's background remains white unless manually adjusted. To make the entire document dark, navigate to File, Account, Office Theme, and select Black. You can also select other Office themes, for example dark gray, black, white, or use system settings, or select your own colors. For browsers like Chrome and Microsoft Edge, dark mode impacts tab bars, menus, and some websites, but not all of them. To switch to dark mode in Chrome, you navigate to Settings, and then search for dark. Here in the mode section, your choices are light, dark, or use the device settings. And here's the pro tip for you. You can choose custom mode for hybrid use. If you go back to the Windows settings, you can select custom. And here you have ability to choose your default Windows mode and choose your default app mode. You can select some of them dark and some of them light. And here's why. You might find it more beneficial to have light background when editing slides or spreadsheets. This hybrid setup is useful if dark ribbons in Excel help reduce eye strain, but you want full visibility when working on the high contrast data tables. Here's why dark mode might benefit you. If you work late, present often, or spend hours switching between Office, browsers, and system tools, dark mode helps centralize your environment, cut down glare, and modernize your screen sharing visuals. It takes less than 30 seconds to turn it on, but can improve hours of focused work. Very often, you'll find yourself needing to convert photos to JPEG format, whether you're processing photos from the trip, preparing a report, uploading it to the website, or simply trying to ensure compatibility across the devices. Let me share with you the easiest method to do it in Windows, and you will not need any extra software. I have multiple pictures on the desktop. They all are in a different format. We can open File Explorer in Windows to view picture details. All you need to do is click on the icon of File Explorer, and then navigate to the desktop folder. Here you can see pictures in BMP, TIFF, GIF, PNG, and Hague format. All of these formats are widely used and can be opened in the Paint application in Windows. To do it, let's go back to the desktop and open Paint app. What you can do now, you can drag the picture and drop it into Paint app. Here it doesn't fit on the screen, but you can change the zooming so you can see the entire picture. All of these formats can be opened in Paint. Paint Editor allows you for basic editing of the pictures, but you can also save them as in a different format. Here are the formats supported in Paint. You can click File, Save As, and you see that it could be saved as PNG, JPEG, BMP, GIF, and other formats. Let's quickly save this picture as JPEG. You need to click File, Save As, and then JPEG Picture. Here you need to select the extension JPEG and click Save. What's interesting is that different formats are good for different purposes. For example, JPEG is great for web and compression. PNG format is lossless and supports transparency. BMP format is uncompressed but high quality. And HAIC format is native for iPhones but less compatible. A couple other tips. When saving, make sure to give the picture new name so you're not overwriting the original. If you have many pictures, you can repeat this process for each image individually. But for many files, you can also consider using a bulk image converter tool or automate using PowerShell. You can also confirm the file conversion in File Explorer. Once your image is saved, make sure to check the destination folder. Right-click on the converted file, go to Properties, and confirm that your file type is JPEG. Most professionals eventually face the challenge of troubleshooting a misbehaving Windows machine. And one of the safest ways to do it is through the safe mode. So what is the safe mode and why it matters? Safe mode starts your computer with only the essential drivers and services. It's a clean workspace, no third-party apps, no background updates, just the core system. Which means if you're dealing with the glitchy startup or a program conflict before a big client call, safe mode can help you fix things fast and stress-free. There are multiple ways to get your Windows machine into the safe mode. Let's start with the cleanest way, when your Windows is still working fine. The easiest way to do it is navigate to Settings. Here in Settings, you need to search for Advanced Startup options. And in Advanced Startup, click Restart Now. This boots you into the blue menu, and you need to choose Troubleshoot, Advanced Options, Startup Settings, and then Restart. And once it reboots, make sure to press 4 for Safe Mode, or 5 for Safe Mode with networking. Are you short on time? Here's the keyboard trick. Hold the Shift key, and then click Restart from the Start menu's power icon. This way, you will jump straight into the same Advanced Startup menu, and follow the same path. Troubleshoot, Advanced Options, Startup Settings, and then Restart. And make sure to choose the safe mode from the list. If Windows keeps crashing or doesn't boot, don't worry. If you force shut down your PC 3 times in a row during startup, on the 3rd try it will enter automatic repair mode. And from there select Advanced Options, Troubleshoot, Startup Settings, and then Restart. And you'll be able to choose safe mode just like in the previous 2 methods. Once you're in the safe mode, you will see a plain desktop with the safe mode in all corners. You can now uninstall apps, update drivers, or scan for malware. And if you need the internet, make sure to choose safe mode with networking. And if you need to exit the safe mode, just make sure to restart your computer. Windows will boot back into normal mode automatically. No extra steps needed. A lot of times you will find yourself drowning in digital files on your Windows machine. Let me walk you through a practical system to organize, secure, and future-proof your digital workplace. Whether you work in solo, managing a team, or collaborating across time zones, these file management principles will save you time, reduce stress, and help you work smarter. The best place to manage files in Windows is File Explorer. And within File Explorer, the Documents section is the best place to start. Let's start by creating a clear role-based folder structure. We'll start by building 2 high-level folders, Work and Personal. Inside Work, let's organize folder by functional areas, like Clients, Projects, Finance, and Templates. Here are some cool considerations for you. If you lead the team or work with departments, you can mirror your org chart, for example, marketing, sales, HR, and so on. And here's another cool tip. In Windows, you can switch between folder view and detailed view. Each one has its own benefits. Here's another fundamental principle in effective document management. You need to use consistent naming conventions. A strong naming convention lets you visually scan folders and improve search results. And all of it just by using file names without previewing the file content. Use formats like date, which consists of year and months, then client name, then report, and then the version. An alternative might be project name, task, and due date. And here's the special tip for you. Stick to underscores and hyphens, avoid special characters, and always use leading zeros for numbers if you're organizing in numerical order. Another fundamental principle in data organization is to add number prefixes to sort folders logically. File systems sort folders in alphabetical order. To control the order, add numerical prefixes like 01 clients, 02 projects, 03 archive, and etc. This ensures your most used folders appear on the top. You also will benefit from practicing simple version control. To use clear versioning, you can add dates or version numbers. You can also keep all the drafts in draft subfolder and final files in approved or deliverables folder. And here's a cool, simple, but very powerful trick for you. Especially when you dig in through multiple reports, contracts, or drafts, use File Preview. This lets you glance at the content of the file without opening it. Just use Alt-P shortcut in File Explorer to enable the preview pane. You can also enable it through the menu. Most professionals eventually run into situations where they need to free up disk space and do it fast. It happens when your laptop slows down or when you try to save a file and get this dreaded "disk is full" warning. But don't worry, we'll clear your space in minutes. Start by clicking the Windows Start menu. Type Storage Settings and hit Enter. This opens a dashboard which shows what is using your disk space: apps, documents, pictures, and more. It's like a map of your hard drive. Make sure you enable Storage Sense. Inside the Storage Sense settings, make sure to select Run It Now option. This is a built-in cleaner which deletes junk automatically, and you can run it on demand or schedule it daily, weekly, or monthly. Now go back and click on Temporary Files. Make sure to check boxes for Temporary Internet Files, Deliver Optimization, System Cache, and Windows Update Cleanup. Avoid the Downloads files and Recycle bin, unless you're absolutely sure. Then click Remove Files. You can also uninstall unused apps. Go to Apps, Installed Apps, sort by size, and decide, do I actually use the software? And if you don't, click the three dots next to the uninstall. You can also manage large files in File Explorer. To do it, open the File Explorer and use the search bar with the filters like size is greater than 500 megabytes. You can also empty the recycle bin. It sounds basic, but many forget to do this. Right-click on the recycle bin on your desktop and click Empty Recycle Bin. This alone can free up gigabytes. You can also use advanced option called Disk Cleanup. Make sure to type Disk Cleanup in the Start menu. Select the drive you want to clean. It finds logs, thumbnails, old updates, and other system clutter. You can safely check most options and clean them all at once. And here's the final tip for you. Make sure to turn on automatic cleanup. Back up large files on OneDrive or Google Drive. And once a month, repeat this process. It only takes a few minutes, but keeps your system fast and stress-free. It's that simple. It is very common to find yourself needing to capture what's on your screen, whether it's to share an issue with IT, capture a presentation, or create documentation. The easiest way to do it is click the Print Screen button on your keyboard. Obviously, you can also open it from the Start menu. Once Snipping tool is open, you can choose how to capture your screen. The default is rectangular snip, but you can also select Window Snip, Full Screen Snip, or Freeform Snip from your toolbar. To capture your screen and annotate it if you need to click the New button or use the shortcut that appeared to start your snip. Once you select the area or window, it's captured and opens the Snipping tool editing window. From here, you can highlight, draw, erase, or crop the image. And once you're happy with the screenshot, make sure to click the floppy disk icon to save the image or use Ctrl-C to copy it into your clipboard. You can save it in PNG, JPEG, or GIF formats. If you copy the image, you can paste it into any Windows application, because it's copied into the clipboard. Very often, you will find yourself requiring to make things easier to see, especially when you're working on high-resolution monitors or external displays. The easiest way to make everything on your screen bigger, text, icons, windows, is by adjusting window scale setting. You'll find it in Window Settings under Scale and Layout. Let's increase the scale by 50% to see the difference. If this doesn't work for you, let me change it back to 100% and I'll show you some more tricks. For example, if you only want larger text, but not bigger icons or app windows, you can change just the text size without scaling the entire system. To do this, let's click on the arrow in the Scale section and click on the text size. Let me adjust the text size so you will see the difference. Keep in mind that some changes take effect immediately, but others, like certain scaling percentages, may require you to sign out and sign back in to fully apply them. If it still feels too small or too large, you can also tweak the display resolution. And for temporary zoom, use built-in magnifier tool, which is great for presentations or screen sharing. Very often, you'll find yourself needing to personalize your workspace, especially when you're spending long hours in front of your screen. Let's say you just started a new remote job, or maybe you're prepping a clean desktop to teach an online course. Either way, starting as a default Windows background can get a little uninspiring. Changing it is easy, and you've got several options depending on what suits you. Let's walk through it. First, right-click on the desktop. From the menu, select Personalize. This takes you directly into the background settings. Here, you can click on the Background tab, and your choices for personalization are Picture, Solid Color, Slideshow, or Windows Spotlight. If you select Picture, click Browse to pick any image saved on your PC. Choose something professional, maybe your company logo or a calming nature scene, or maybe a picture from your last trip to Florida. For Solid Color, you can pick from a set palette. This is perfect if you want a distraction-free look while working on the spreadsheets or presentations. Slideshow lets you pick a folder of images. Windows will cycle through them at intervals you set. It's a nice touch if you like variety without having to change it manually. And here's the pro tip for you. Want crisp-looking backgrounds? Choose high-resolution images that match or exceed your screen's resolution. On 1080p displays, go for the images that are at least 1920 by 1080 pixels. When you're done selecting, just close the settings window. The change is applied instantly. And now, every time you sit down to work, your desktop looks the way you wanted it to. It's a small thing, but it makes a big difference in how you feel while working. And that's all you need to do. It is very common to lose track of where a file was actually saved, whether it's a document, photo, or download you need urgently. Let me show you a fast and effective way to find your file on Windows computer using built-in search tools and smart tips. Start by opening File Explorer. You can click the folder icon on your taskbar, or just press Windows plus E on your keyboard. At the top right of the File Explorer window, use the search bar. Type in part of the file name, a keyword, or even a file extension like PDF or docx. To narrow your results, use filters like Date Modified, File Type, or Sort by Size. This helps you find the exact file faster. Search works best when folders are indexed. To check, right-click the folder, go to Properties, then Advanced, and make sure Allow Files to be Indexed is checked. For a full system search, press Windows S. This opens the global search tool, letting you search everything on your computer across all indexed locations. Very often, you'll find yourself needing to clean up your system or free up space on your Windows device. Maybe you installed a tool just to test it, or you downloaded something for work that you no longer need. Either way, uninstalling programs properly helps keep your system clean, secure, and fast. One of the easiest methods to uninstall Windows programs and apps is using the settings. Click the Start menu and open Settings. From the sidebar, choose Apps and then click Installed Apps. Scroll or search for the program you want to remove, and click three-dotted menu next to it and then select Uninstall. And that's it. In most cases, the program will clean itself up automatically. Here's the Windows feature you probably don't know about: Uninstall from Start menu. Open the Start menu, find the app you want to uninstall, right-click on the app, and then click Uninstall. Keep in mind that it doesn't actually uninstall the app. It just takes you to the Settings and then Installed app. Here you need to find it and select Uninstall. This feature works well for Microsoft Store apps and some regular desktop programs, but some apps won't show this option, so that's when we move to the next method. Did you know that you can also use Control Panel to uninstall the legacy programs? Here's how to do it for some older programs that are still managed through the classic Control Panel. You need to search for Control Panel in the Start menu. Open it and then go to Programs and Programs and Features. From here, you select Uninstall Program. You find the program that you're trying to uninstall, and then select Uninstall or Change. This method is essential for uninstalling older enterprise software or programs that don't show up in settings. If the uninstall fails or leaves behind files, you might want to use a third-party uninstallers like Revo Uninstaller or IUBit Uninstaller. These tools have free edition or a freeware, and they can help you remove leftover registry entries, help force uninstall stubborn apps, and provide batch uninstalling if needed. And here are some few important uninstalling considerations to help you before you actually click Uninstall button. Always check if you need the app for work or school before uninstalling. Be cautious when removing programs you don't recognize. Google them first. or maybe use ChatGPT. Restart your PC after uninstalling heavy programs to refresh system performance. And last but not least, consider keeping a few default Microsoft tools. They sometimes support system functions. A clean system not only runs faster, but also helps you stay focused and productive, whether you're a freelancer, student, or remote worker optimizing your digital workspace. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Online Training for Everyone. Have a great day.